day, everybody. Okay. I got nothing to say. Goodbye.
See ya.
Yeah, ran out of stuff. Finally happened. Yeah. How many years I've been doing this?
People asked, when was it going to happen? Mark this day.
Because it's amazing. You get on for 4 or 5 hours a day and entertain people and always have something to say. I go, well, the day will come, I'll have nothing to say because I'll have said everything.
This is it.
This is it. What's today's date? We should mark it in the calendar.
April 9th?
April 9th. I'm out of here, baby. I got nothing to say. It's a big day. I know. I'll do another live commercial until I think of something.
There's always that.
Yeah.
They never
I'd rather sit quiet.
Let's have a moment of silence.
You bet. I actually have tons of, in my briefcase alone is about 50,000 things I want to talk about, but I don't know. Like every morning I forget to go into my briefcase. And then in the computer yesterday, I wrote down about 900 things I want to talk about.
And where are they?
They're in the computer. I haven't,
You haven't brought those up.
Yeah, right, I'll get them.
They're not online.
Wait a second. Here, look at, this is everything I want to talk about. Hey, did you watch the, I was wondering, I was in Arizona on my week off, and, I don't follow basketball. But, when I got there, everyone said, well, you watching the game tonight? You watching the game tonight? I go, what game? What game are you talking about? Arizona played, a college. Oh, you're talking about that college stuff. Like Kentucky or something. Yeah, Kentucky. Indiana, Kentucky. Yeah, Arizona played Kentucky. And I have never seen, I never follow college basketball. I barely follow professional. There's too many teams. Too many teams, and who gives a crap and all that kind of stuff. So I'm watching it, and it was pretty cool. Arizona was the underdog. I mean, they weren't even supposed to be in the finals. Were they that team that was, just sort of there, and then they kept beating everybody they weren't supposed to beat? Yeah, and then this was the big final game. Kentucky is like the #1 ranked college team, and Arizona, I think, is like #3 ranked. Is that right, #3? No. What? They weren't even quite that high. Well, they weren't even that high. You mean 3 in the country? No, I'm not even sure they were top 20. Really? Because they were seeded 8th or 5th in their division. And they kicked ass. They kicked ass. It was a great game. I kept seeing things, when you look at the newspaper, you keep seeing those different coaches, and, this little guy was, being raised up over his player's head or something. Oh, that guy, the coach, yeah. And he, it was weird, because it was the most exciting basketball game I've ever seen in my life. It went into overtime. It was tied at the end, and then it was just a really cool game. I don't know if I'm sure a lot of people watch it. Yeah, those usually wind up in the movies. That's the only time you see stuff like that. It was great. Yeah. Did you watch it? I happened to be up that night. I stayed up and watched it. I thought it was a great game. Great game. The 3rd lowest rated NCAA final in history. Oh, really? Yeah, nobody stayed up to watch it. Wow, it was great. I mean, not as a fan of any particular team, Who were you rooting for? Arizona. Yeah. Because they were the underdog, and plus I was in Arizona. I was caught up in it. They became my team for that week. It amazes me how their communities, that's all they have for entertainment. So it becomes like the biggest thing in their lives. It is the biggest thing, because out there, like anything with Arizona State on it became, like they were selling these unbelievable things. It was just unreal, and the whole town was going nuts. And I even think they might have even turned over some cars and junk. Wow. White people. Well, hey. White people turning over cars. Well, who do you think was at that Brewers game? Hey, now. They throw baseballs on the field. Yeah, white people. No, white people are getting into it. I was talking to a guy who interned here who went to Arizona State. Yeah. A black guy. Yeah. He told me that the black population in Arizona is 3%. I don't doubt that. He said he was like the only black guy in the whole state. Yeah, that's why Jackie's moving there. Actually, he went there on a That's pretty good. He went there on a basketball scholarship, but he said the only black guys were on the basketball team in the whole state. Oh, is that right? Anybody you saw who was black was playing basketball. Yeah. If you're not playing basketball, get out. Yeah. Arizona's cool, though, man. I don't know. There's something about the air there. I feel refreshed. Well, I did, at least, when we got back. Now I'm back to being miserable. But it was kind of refreshing for the week that I was there. Something nice about that. Where is that, Arizona? Is that considered the west? Yes, it's just the next state over is California. Oh, is that right? Yes, that would be interesting. Have you ever seen the Grand Canyon since you've been to Arizona a couple of times? I saw it twice. Once when I was... I saw it when I was young, so it had no impact on me. Like, I could care less, because first time I saw it... in the ground. Yeah, well, the first time I saw it, I was about 14 or 13 years old. I'd gone to summer camp. It was a cross-country trip. Yeah. For 6 weeks, you go, you camp out every night. And it was 20 girls and 20 guys, and the only thing I wanted to see was girls. The only canyon I wanted to see was between a girl's legs. And I remember we came up to the Grand Canyon, and I went, okay, can we go back to the bus? And, I just wanted to be with the girls. And I remember some people were going to walk down the Grand Canyon and then walk back up, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. Why? And I don't even think I bothered to look at it.
Oh, no.
And then the second time I saw it was I was a counselor on the same trip. I was like a sophomore in college, and I didn't bother looking either. I don't know. I just never was interested in looking. The only thing I could think about at that point in my life was I got to get a job in radio somehow.
Always something else on your mind.
Yeah. So every time I've seen the Grand Canyon, I've never taken an interest in it. I know it's supposed to be spectacular, but it had no impact.
It's supposed to be life-changing.
Yeah, not for me. It had nothing to do with my life. I saw it, and then even the second time I saw it, everyone was like, we're going to walk down. I was like, I'm not going to walk. Now I would walk down because I want to get in shape.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I do it. Like, I go on hikes.
It doesn't have anything to do with the grandeur of it.
You know, it's really funny because people say, well, you went to Arizona. What do you do? I said, well, you wake up first thing in the morning, like 5:30, and you hike. And everyone, you know, to everyone else, it sounds like boot camp. But to me, it's like, it's not because because people say, wow, you must really love hiking and outdoors.
You love nature.
And nature. I go, no, I don't even look. In fact, when I'm hiking, I only look down at my feet because I don't want to step in cow manure because there's tons of cows out in the range, and I don't want to step on cactus, and I don't want to get bitten by a snake. And I also I don't want to twist my ankle. I just want to stay focused because there's tons of rocks and little gullies and stuff. They go, oh, but you must love the outdoors. I go, no, I hate the outdoors. I hate nature. I said, what I like is getting in shape. I want to lose fat. And to me,
You'll
hiking...
do anything to do it.
Yeah, hiking is, I'm busy for 4 hours. And I'm losing weight.
Right, I'm not thinking about exercise.
Yeah, I mean, I could have been on a treadmill for all I cared.
Yeah.
But outside would make a difference. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so I'm not hiking because I love hiking. I mean, when I was a kid, I would have walked down the Grand Canyon if I was obese, if I wanted to lose weight.
But you were a string bean.
I was a string bean.
You stayed up top.
And I was on drugs, and it didn't matter. I mean, it was why would I walk down anywhere? I didn't want to walk. I wanted to sit on a bus.
There are people, you know, they have these little donkey trips.
Yeah, down the Grand Canyon,
Stuff, or you can take a plane.
And if you've been to the Grand Canyon, the goddamn thing is so narrow that with these donkeys, you know, if they take one slip, and they don't care about living, you're literally off the side of the canyon. And you have to be insane to go down one of these. Now, I couldn't afford to. The donkey trip was kind of expensive, and I didn't have any money.
The literally like a foot and a half or 2 feet or something.
Yeah, back then I didn't have any money because people were like, wow, if we had some money, we could take the donkey down. And I'm like, well, we don't have any money.
And that's also supposed to be life-affirming. To go down and make it back up.
Yeah, to burrow. Meanwhile, the donkey's in great shape, not you. So... You know, life. Oh, is it supposed to be life-affirming?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, people say, oh, you know, to make it down to the bottom and then get back up to the top.
That was the big thing.
Is, you know, like a big deal.
And a lot of the kids, I guess, who were more mature than I, and that meant the whole bus, all wanted to make it down and back. And I was one of 5 who stood up and just said, I'm not going down. And I just sat the whole day. But now I would go down and up and down and up and down and up again.
Yeah,
just to lose weight.
Day.
Yeah, like I went to Arizona. My weight was up to 205. I was alarmingly heavy for me. And I went to Arizona. Now I weigh 196. So I lost a ton of weight.
So that was good for you.
Yeah, and I didn't see any desert.
You didn't see any wildlife?
No, I saw some cows, and like once...
That's not wildlife.
Yeah, right. They were wild cows, but then I saw tags on their ears, so you knew they weren't wild. So anyway, I got all excited. Listen to this. So you're on this hike, and you have a guide?
Yeah.
And one of the guides was this Indian woman, you know, Native American, who is like a long-distance hiker, so all she did was hike. She very rarely stopped. We'd stop just for a quick thing of water from your backpack. But she, you know, really wouldn't explain anything. I love this. Then there was another woman who was an expert on the desert. So she would stop and say, you know, the purpose of hiking is not necessarily how fast you get there, but it's to see the beauty of the desert.
Yeah.
And we're particularly lucky because it rained this week.
Yeah, because otherwise you could just jog on a track.
Right. And she could just hold right. And then she stopped for 5-10 minutes explaining the different types of grass. In fact, that piece of grass is a hallucinogen. That one is. And then the nest, and there's a hallucinogen.
You chew on that?
Yeah, for 3 hours. And then, believe me, you're better off just taking something man-made. And then, like, you know, she shows you the different cactus and everything. I'm like, oh, I don't care. I want to keep moving. I want this tuchus of mine to go down. That's what I want. And I would get totally frustrated.
You care less about grass.
Oh, and the rest of my aerobic rate is going down.
You're watching your heart rate.
And when she said the purpose of hiking is not to how fast you get there, I said, I am into it for all the wrong reasons. I'm the guy who's into it for the wrong reasons. Right. And then what's really funny when you go hiking in Arizona is there's some people on the hike who are really fat. Now, I went on a 4-hour hike. Robin, this is a strenuous hike. I'm telling you, I'm in fairly decent aerobic shape, and I'm huffing and puffing. You know, and I'm not overweight. There were girls on there who were like literally 100 pounds overweight. And they're hiking for 4 hours, and I'm going to myself, oh, my God.
How do they do it?
How do they do it? And they're talking about they go here, and they go to this spot, that spot. I'm saying, how can you have a tuchus like this if you're going in all these spots? Lo and behold, these people disappear for 2-3 days. Now, I guess they go back to their rooms and collapse.
They can't get out of bed.
Yeah. So what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you can't do it more than once.
I figure these people are going to have a heart attack. Look, I was kind of smart about it. Built up. I did the 2-hour hike, then I did the 4-hour hike, then I would go back down to the 2-hour hike. You know, try to be sensible about it.
Well, I know when I was in Colorado about 2 years ago, we would go on these walks every day, and there was all kinds of different plants.
Yeah, who cares?
All kinds of, I mean, and people were spotting wildlife. I never saw a thing.
No, I keep my eyes down because I don't want to step in cow crap. And I don't want to get a twisted ankle.
I couldn't even see what they were looking at. Where are you looking?
Every time I looked, we were still walking. My ankles started to wobble because I wasn't paying attention to the ground surface. I don't care.
But it cracked me up that they could even see it.
Well,
how could you be looking?
And how much of a maniac am I when I want to lose weight? Because then I get back from the hike and I go, you know, my heart rate wasn't high the whole time. I better go to the gym and do the bike for a half hour.
Well, see, you were like me when I was in Colorado because now we were 7,000 feet above sea level.
Right.
So you can't even breathe.
Yeah, right.
All you have to do is take 2 steps, you collapse.
Right.
And I would walk all morning and be doubled over because I was gasping for air.
Yeah.
And then go and get on the Stairmaster.
Yeah, because you want to get everything done in a week. So I was in there, and then I would go mountain biking in the afternoon. You know, for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know. I was surprised I didn't collapse.
Well, there was one day on that, because we were only walking the golf course. You couldn't even walk the golf course up there. The air was so thin.
And then I'm mountain climbing, doing one of those climbing rocks, because I'm going, well, that's not exactly aerobic, but that'll build up her body. And I went and did that. And I was like, you know, I'm the guy who has to get it all done in a week.
See, if you went to Colorado, you'd be the guy who would be climbing the mountains. Because that's the other strenuous thing that you can do.
Yeah, I'd be doing that.
Go on a hike up into the mountains and climb and go over little rope bridges and stuff like that to get to the other side of the mountain.
Yeah, and I know some people do it for personal satisfaction like the woman with the mountain climbing was saying to us, if you can climb to the top there, think about what it says about your life, that you're taking on a new challenge, and it should be about taking on challenges. I go, I just want to lose weight.
I don't care.
And I was like,
challenges.
Because she went to each person in the group and said, why do you want to climb the mountain? And, you know, I was embarrassed to say, well, I want to be thin. I'm very vain.
At the top of that mountain is fitness.
Yeah. I said, will that develop upper body strength? Because, you know, I don't believe even these women, because the woman who was teaching had a gorgeous body. And she's like, she is a cross-country backpacker. Yeah. I'm going, she just wants to have a hot body. Yeah. That's the way I look at it.
It was very funny to me because there were people in Colorado who would go from the town all the way up to this resort that was on the top of a mountain and go, oh, it's such a lovely walk.
Yeah, and you know, I want...
they're not walking for that.
Exactly, and you know, like, I want my wife to have the body of these hiking guys. Yeah. I mean, I want her to have these really toned legs. You should see the legs on these women.
Oh, I've seen.
Gorgeous, right? You know.
Hey, now.
So, you know, I'd say to my wife, you know, I'm going to hike and then I'm going to mountain bike. You maybe should go biking. No, I'm going to get a massage. Massage? That's just laying there in your ass.
I didn't get that way from a
So did you want to go to an aerobics class or no, I'm going to take it easy today, or maybe a horseback ride. Horseback ride? The horse has got a great ass. Jesus Christ. So I'm constantly trying to motivate her, but then again, I don't want to be like super mean, because then she'll go, what's the matter?
You'll get suspicious.
Yeah. And then, like, she was wearing sweatpants the whole time. And I go, you know, I got to be honest with you. I hate when you wear sweatpants. You just don't look that good in them. No girl looks good in sweatpants. Nobody looks good. I said, why do you have to wear sweatpants? Because I said, can't you wear, like, a sundress and, like, low cut and, like, some candy shoes?
I mean, where was she wearing these sweatpants?
Well, even to dinner sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, and I got upset. Oh. And she goes, well, what do I have to look nice for? I go, for me.
She's really taking you.
Can't you look foxy?
Who do I have to look nice for?
Because, well, I brought outfits for later tonight, and I go, yeah, but, you know, I need to be worked up a little. I want to be proud of my woman. I want to be traveling around with
It has to start earlier than when you get back to the room.
Yeah, I don't want to be lugging around a 42-year-old housewife in sweatpants. I said, you know, come on.
What were you wearing?
What was I wearing? I wore, like, tight jeans, no underpants.
With the zipper undone.
With a very short little shirt that showed off my abs.
Yeah, little belly shirt.
My belly shirt.
You treated everybody.
Treat everyone with that stuff. No, I got to admit, I'm not a good-looking guy, and I don't have a good butt physique, and I don't dress well. But my woman has to.
You'll admit that.
But I'm famous, so I can get away with it. I should admit that. Oh, man. I was watching myself on Larry King. You think I should lipo underneath my chin?
Oh, God.
Take a look, Robin.
Where? Let me see.
Yeah, don't say, oh, God, look, before you say, oh, God.
What are you doing?
Look.
This little area down here?
Yeah. What do you think? Just suck the fat right up.
Is that fat or is that skin?
It's fat.
And does it need to be tucked?
Screwed. I'm never going to be good looking.
Turkey.
Right? Am I getting that a little bit?
No, you don't. I think that's that's a thing you get.
Here, you have a nice neck.
On one side it's not.
See, me too. That's me too.
I noticed that this time I was on vacation.
Yeah.
That one side is good and one side is bad. I said, I have a good side.
Show me your good side.
I don't remember which is which.
Let me
I
turn.
have to look.
Yeah, there's your bad one.
This is the bad one.
Yeah.
That's the good one.
But even your bad one isn't that bad.
Well, still, there's a difference.
I see it. I know what she's talking about. But Jackie, obviously you've never looked at yourself.
You don't look at yourself at all.
Jackie, you look like you're 900 years old.
He lifted up his shirt yesterday and said, "Where's the gut?"
He's got this big belly.
This is a good side of my neck.
I know what she's talking about.
What do you mean good? So one's loosened?
Yeah, like you can see, you see. Yeah, I see it.
And then there's not.
And that's tight there.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. Same with me. I got the same problem.
We're both crazy.
You know what? Take a look at me being interviewed by Charlie Rose. If I'm not the handsomest goddamn man,
really?
They shot me from the right-hand side. Take a look at me on the Larry King show where they shot me from the left-hand side. I'm a gnome.
You're too big to be a gnome.
A gnome. I mean, I'm a witch. I mean, it's left side, right side.
Black out half your face.
It's unbelievable. I swear.
I thought you looked great on Larry King.
No, you're wrong. Jackie, no offense. You can't even look at yourself.
I know nothing.
Seriously, sometimes I look at pictures of you. I say that's Jackie's ghost. That ain't the guy I met.
You want to start?
Hey, listen, I'm as self-effacing as you can get. I know I got a small penis, I got a big nose, I got an ugly face, I got everything ugly, man. You can't put me down for that. I know it. But at least I know it. You don't. You still think you're Lord Olivier. You were hot looking in high school.
If I was you, I wouldn't look in the mirror and say I'm worried about half my neck.
But I'm worried about more. My nose, my neck, my skinny head.
But that's like, I don't see how you look in the mirror and
well, there were things that I could do. I could improve myself. Through surgery.
You look fine.
All right, thanks.
Well, when you consider that everybody in Hollywood...
If I was you, I would look in the mirror and worry about my neck.
Ignore him.
You're a bastard. You ugly bastard.
You just told me my pictures I look like a ghost. And I
you do. You look like a ghost. You don't even look like Jackie Martling.
You're a shadow of Jackie
It looks like a guy who just saw a ghost. He's like this. Oh. All faded out and wrinkled.
Thank you.
You're over.
Okay. Fix your neck. Fix your neck enough.
Well, at least I know I'm ugly. You haven't even realized it yet.
Conceded.
I know I'm old. I know I'm ugly, fat.
All right,
stupid. Good. And you know what really kills me?
Loser.
What hurts me the worst is half my neck just doesn't look as good as the other half.
All right. You know what, man? Let me see something. Both sides of your neck are bad. All right.
Bad?
Anyway.
Fred has no idea what you're talking about either, and he won't say nothing.
Leave Fred out of this.
You don't say nothing.
Fred has a bad back.
There you go.
He does? Anyway, what I was saying was I was looking at pictures of Sharon Stone when she was in high school.
Yeah.
Obviously worked on.
Right.
Obviously worked on.
Right.
You look at her beautiful now.
Right.
She wasn't born in that way.
That's right. What'd they do to her?
They trimmed her nose.
Really?
Yeah, sucked out fat, I'm sure.
Wow.
Because she had a very round face and a bigger nose.
That's what I have now.
So we're always comparing ourselves to these people who've had work done.
Yeah. Well, why don't we get work?
I look at the old movies now. I don't even look at the new movies because there's too much plastic surgery. Those aren't real people.
I got to get work. I'm going in for work.
I look at old movies so I can see real faces.
Yeah, I'm going in for work. I'm going to be good looking, goddammit, if it kills me.
Now you look at. I was looking at the old Rockies.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is a different person.
Have they been running those inordinately?
Yeah, they just started. They dumped them on the market again.
Yeah, because I just watched Rocky 2 again when I was in Arizona, and then Rocky 1 I just watched again, and Rocky 3.
A different Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
That first Rocky, he hadn't had any plastic surgery.
Yeah, now he's like now he's got his nose fixed.
He's chiseled.
He's chiseled. That's right. And that's when the movies got bad.
Yeah, he got better. The movies got bad.
Those first 3 Rocky movies are so great.
Yeah.
Do you notice they don't show Rocky 4 and 5?
Oh, no reason.